Hey guys, Stealth here. Thanks to your overwhelming support, the Arma 3 server with the Antistasi mod is now operational. Here's how you join it. First, you need to install some mods. We're running the RHS packs for now. I might be adding additional mods later on, but the current state of the server only runs the RHS mods. And yes, I expect to see quite a few comments down below to detail exactly what I need to be installing further. Now, for your own installation, make sure, of course, you have Arma installed and then go to Browse the Workshop on Steam. This is the easiest way to get the mods. In the search bar, you enter RHSSAF. That's the first mod you need to download. This one is one of the 4 mods that adds items. That is RHSSAF. Second one, RHSUSAF. This adds United States forces to the game, which, by the way, cannot be controlled by us in its current form, but they are our allies. So it's entirely possible that once we capture an outpost, you're going to see an Apache defending that place. Next up, RHSGREF. This is the third mod you need to install. And then the final one, RHSAFRF. These are all abbreviations for different factions. Now take note that these things can take quite a while to install and download. It really depends on how fast your internet is. This one is not particularly sizable at 172 megabytes, but I believe that the RHS United States Air Force mod is, yeah, here we go, 5 gigabytes. So make sure you install this thing in time, or at least tell Steam to start downloading, because it's going to take quite a while. Got all of that done? Good. Then your workshop files or your subscribed files should look something like this. You have RHSSAF, USAF, GREF, and AFRF. The other ones are not important. These are just scenarios that I downloaded at some point which are not being run on the server. You do not need the Antistasi Altis mod. This is something that is going to be transferred to the server to you from the server. Alright, that's step 1. Step 2, we're going to load up Arma. And with Arma, we're going to first need to enable the mods. Otherwise, the game doesn't quite know what to load just yet. For that, you go to Mods on the left side of the screen, and you have all of these 4 mods ticked on, making sure that they're active. That way, they are loaded and they're ready to go. All done? Good. We're going to start up the game. Alright, once Arma has loaded up, you should be seeing a screen something like this. Maybe you have some DLCs and it might look different. You're going to go to Multiplayer and then Server Browser. We're going to connect to my server, which you can usually find easiest through Direct Connect. You enter 108.61.98.7. Address is also in the description down below. You click Join. Then you're going to see one server exactly, which is Stealth 17 Antistasi Community Server, and you join that server. It's going to take the game a while to load in, depending on how fast your internet is, because it might need to transfer some files. And then you pick a role for your operator. Usually there will be a commander on. This is the one that can order units in. He can manage the garrisons for the operations that we're running. He can help capture terrain by calling in airstrikes. Keep in mind that some of these units have specific tasks, such as the Combat Lifesaver. This is the only unit, or the only couple of slots, that can use the med kit. Not the first aid kit, the med kit. The same goes for the engineers. These are the only ones that can actually use the repair kit and repair some vehicles. The other slots are really not important. We have ammo bearers, we have auto riflemen, AT riflemen, marksmen, etc. These slots don't do that much, and they're just there to make sure that you can pick one of them. I, for one, am going to take the commander role for now, but I won't be on at all times, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to swap the commander around every now and then. As you can see, the game is loading in. And once you load in, you're going to be dropped into the HQ, which has a few items that you can use. Now, by the time that you load in, it might look entirely different. It might look like we have more weapons unlocked. You might find the server in a completely different state. You might find the HQ somewhere else. the situation can have vastly changed. Now here we are. You never need to load previous session if you get this window at all. I'm not exactly sure about that. So we're going to click no. And now I'm at the HQ. The HQ consists of a few items. Over here we have the map. This is mostly there for the commander, and it shows you a few options when you click on it with your middle mouse. Game options are there to make sure you can reinitialize the UI if you need to. Because sometimes the thing that you have here on the top of the screen, commander, rank, etc., that is not going to be there. This is a glitch that this mod sometimes has. So you need to re-init UI/radio, and that way you can get this bar back. Then you have the arsenal, and from the arsenal you can take your weapon loadout. From here you can select the weapons that we have unlocked. So you can, for example, at the current stage only take the, I believe, the 74M and the AKS-74U. This is the one that my character came with. You can select a launcher, for which we currently only have the RPG-26, handguns, etc. Now some missions might require you to go incognito or undercover. If that's the case, you need to go with clothing that suits a civilian. Do not go in with guerrilla outfits. Do not go in with weapons. Do not go in with a handgun equipped. They're going to spot it and they're going to make you and basically kill you off ASAP. This is one of the ways that you can get weapons. We are, of course, currently in the process of unlocking more stuff. And if you can scroll to inventory, you can see the weapons that we currently have in here. Not all of these weapons are unlocked in the arsenal yet. As it says here on the right, arsenal unlocking requires 14 weapons, which means 14 types or 14 weapons of the same type before the weapon gets unlocked into the arsenal. The same goes for backpacks, etc. It shows you these numbers, and of course these numbers can have changed, because if you capture a factory, you're going to be able to reduce these numbers and make unlocking weapons a bit easier. Next, we have the flagpole here. From the flagpole you can recruit units, and recruiting units takes two items. It takes human resources from the HR pool that you can see up there, HR21. Keep in mind that this is not your private HR pool. This is the human resources pool for the entire resistance. And this means that you can only bring in reinforcements or units that you control if we have sufficient HR. When we're starting out with the server, please do not bring in any of these guys, because they are mostly terrible, they die off fairly quickly, and they are very ill-equipped. Aside from that, if we are starting out with the server as we currently are, some of these are not even recruitable, because the auto rifleman is going to require an actual machine gun, which we simply haven't unlocked in the arsenal yet. Same goes for the grenadier, the bomb specialist, the AT, the marksman, and I believe the AA. We can get a medic. From this flagpole you can also buy a vehicle. Now, if you can see to the top of the screen, it says your money, 100 euros. From your own money you can buy a vehicle. You can either get a civilian vehicle or a military one. Military ones being significantly more pricey depending on what you pick. You can go for the simple quad bike to the armed off-road for 700 euros and even get a fully armed APC. This will spawn in the BMD-1 for 5,000 euros. And of course this is not something that you need to buy on your own. You can ask the commander if the resistance has enough money and then buy an APC through him. You can also just get a civilian vehicle, or of course hitch a ride with any of the other people currently on the server. Helicopters, civilian helicopters, these are not armed. They are very expensive at 6 grand, so we're not likely to be operating these things anytime soon. Aside from that, you have your personal garage. If you have a vehicle stored in your garage, it's going to allow you to get that vehicle from the garage. So what I'm going to do now is just, for an example, buy a military quad bike. It's going to spawn that quad bike on the street here. Yep, there it is. Now I want to make sure that this quad bike is saved into my personal garage. And the way you do that is you look at it, you press Y on your keyboard, you click on Vehicle Manager, You click on garage/sell vehicle. That's going to allow you to either garage the vehicle or sell it off. So I'm going to click garage, and the vehicle has been transferred to my personal garage. And then once I get back onto the server and I want to get my quad bike again, I go once again to the flagpole, go to the personal garage, and now I can select the quad bike. A and D to navigate between two separate vehicles, or space to select it and deploy it, or enter to exit. Aside from that, we also have this vehicle ammo crate. If your vehicle has been damaged and needs to be repaired, is out of fuel or out of ammunition, just make sure it's close enough to this crate, and I believe 50 meters will do. You click on it, you say heal, repair and rearm, and it's going to do exactly that. And finally, we have the campfire over here. Unless you're the commander, it doesn't really do anything for you, so just don't really do anything with it. It's not worth it. And that's basically it. And now we need to start taking terrain. Starting probably with Neri, maybe going for the outpost here, the factory there, the resources, etc. It's going to be a long and winding process, and I will not be on at all times. I'm going to be trying to be on as much as possible. And of course, to be communicating with your buddies, you can use my Teamspeak. We have a couple of channels set up there to help you communicate and coordinate your assaults, or join in on assaults currently already in progress. The server in its current configuration has 10 slots. This is mostly an experimental form, seeing how many of you turn up. If it gets really busy, I will upgrade the server to have more slots so we can have more people on. I don't expect it to be swarmed immediately, as we are all in different time zones, but we'll see. If I do need to upgrade it, just let me know through, for example, Steam or the Teamspeak, and I will upgrade the server and make sure we have more people on here. That's all you need to know. So, good luck, good hunting, and I'll catch you guys on the battlefield. Looking forward to playing with you.